Antoine Winfield Jr. I'm going to tell you, man, I don't think it would be a really good move for the Minnesota Vikings to go after him in free agency, although I do believe he is a great football player, and we're going to talk about that, man. But before we do, man, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Join the Purple Gang. Like, there's a bunch of people watching that aren't subscribed to the channel, and I need y'all to do me a favor and hit that button. You hear me? But let's get to it, man. Listen, the safety position to me, I feel like is turning into the running back position on the offensive side of the ball where you don't want to pay a premium. Now, is he a game changer? Yes, but we've had a game-changing safety on our roster for years and years in Harrison Smith, right? So we know what it's like to have that guy playing safety on your defense. And yes, it does make up for some stuff. You know, it helps younger cornerbacks. They're able to go out there. We remember the year in 2020 when Harrison Smith had to pretty much coach while being on the field doing his assignments as well. He was having to cover for Cameron Dantzler and RIP Jeff Gladney. So we know that there is value there if you have a good safety. But I think that the way this roster is built now, the Minnesota Vikings, and I could be wrong, man. Y'all drop it down in the comments if you disagree and you say, hey, we should go all in on Antoine Winfield Jr. Listen, I'm not going to be mad. All right, because he is a good player. I just think the money to bring him in. Now, I will say this. I will backpedal a little bit. All right, I'll backpedal a little bit. Under one circumstance, right? If we don't bring Kirk Cousins back and that frees up some money, shit, blow the bag on him. You know what I mean? But another thing, too, is we have a first-round draft pick in Lewis Seen. And I know a lot of us, including me, are kind of down on that, and we already feel like he's a bust. I did a video. There's a lot of fans that believe he's a bust already. You have some fans who think he's the Minnesota Vikings special weapon that we're just holding down low real quick, and then this season coming up, we're going to release him, and he's just going to terrorize the game. And part of me, a little bit of me feels like that is true, man. I still have for some reason, man, usually I don't give these players too much leeway, but I'm going to tell you, man, with Lewis Seen, there's like a little bit there that I just feel like maybe. Now, he's not going to be a Kyle Hamilton, but I think he can be good enough paired up with Cameron Bynum, paired up with Josh Metellus. Like, I think the safety room is pretty stacked. And on top of that, I believe that you can go in free agency and just get maybe a B grade type safety to fill in as well that can handle those assignments that need to be handled in a Brian Flores type defense. Now, shout out to Antoine Winfield Sr. though, man. I remember watching him, man, 2004, coming to the Minnesota Vikings from the Buffalo Bills. You know what I'm saying? Like savage, all right? So shout out to him. So it would make sense, right? His son played for the Minnesota Golden Gophers, went to high school in Minnesota. Like, I mean, it makes sense. And I know he's like a hometown kid in a way where everybody loves him. Minnesota Vikings fans love him. We should have drafted him. I would have been okay if we drafted him in 2020, but hey, things happen, right? And that was actually a good draft. We got number 18 out of that. So it's not as bad as it seems. But again, man, Antoine Winfield Jr., in my opinion right now, I don't think it's worth the money due to the fact that he has some years on his belt now. Although I feel like this season, man, like I went and looked at his stats and I was like, yo, he definitely is a game changer, man. Listen, 76 solo tackles, 6 forced fumbles, bruh. This man recorded 6 forced fumbles. Just, man, like father, like son. You hear me? And he also had 3 interceptions and 12 pass deflects. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, he definitely a baller, and it's hard for me to say I wouldn't want him because y'all know RAP, man. I usually always say, hey, Rap wants the best players available. If we can get them in free agency, go get them. At least make an offer. Because that's the name of the game, right? Is to build a team with the most best players. That's how you win most of the time. Now, you have teams like the Chiefs. They don't have the best players, but they still keep making it to the Super Bowl. Well, sometimes your quarterback and your coach can outdo that. But again, man, at least try to get the most best players that you can. And as free agency, as far as I'm concerned, he is going to be one of the best available. And there's no saying, man, the Bucs might pay him whatever he needs to stay just because he is that much of an impact player. But again, I just don't think he would bring as much value to the Minnesota Vikings. And it's not him as a person. I just think the safety position is fairly easy to replace in a way. And I don't think it's as valuable in 2024 as it used to be. Like because you're not allowed to hit anymore. Like, you're not allowed to go in and lay the wood or nothing. Like, you get penalties. I mean, they're taking away what these guys usually bring to the table, and you have to find a way to play in a finesse style. So, you know, it's a challenge for certain safeties, man. So, I mean, I just don't think it's a good idea. But let me know how y'all feel. Again, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you ain't subscribed to the channel already. We're trying to get to 4K before the NFL draft, man. That's my goal, man. Get me there. Know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gon' do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.